issue of migration, we will continue our efforts fighting organized crime, drug trafficking. Of course, we need cooperation on an international scale. The second line of action, the second priority, and there again, I have great expectations of us all, is prosperity, France's economic growth, European economic growth. We've said a lot about this already. And one thing is for sure, Europe has worked hard over the past few years to reform itself, but it is facing a risk of falling behind the United States, China, the Draghi reports, the many reports by prominent economists have identified the problems. We have all sorts of figures, but one figure speaks for itself. In 25 years' time, American GDP grew twice as much as European GDP per capita. And the United States is in a better position in terms of investment than Europe on green technologies, artificial intelligence, and the defense industry. Now, of course, you could be defeatist and say that's the end of it, there's nothing we can do, we might as well buy American. And it is true that if you look at behaviors, and it is actually happening. But again, there is no fatality there. We can certainly much address this. We are the continent with the greatest savings, and we have to either go for our own resources or go to China. France's choice is to say, we've created a common market. It shouldn't just be the triumph of consumers. This is a great demographic strength. We have 450 million inhabitants. The United States has got 350 million. But people see this as a method of adjustment. We just might as well buy American for the defense industry. That gives us the American umbrella. Or we'll buy Chinese technology because that will put us in good terms with China. But there's no reason to stick to these ideas. If you realize that sovereignty is essential, well, then we have to be very clear about European prosperity. That's the only way, in fact, the Americans or the Chinese will respect us. Indeed, the emerging economies. But if we say exactly the opposite of what they're doing at home, we will be considered as the big naive of history. We'll be people who are already on the way out. We are growing old, we're producing less energy, we're buying it, we're paying more for it. And then they're saying, well, and on top of that, they're being nice. No, being nice is not a job, and this is not the way we'll build a